This show is sponsored by the official Recall Committee California Patriot Coalition. Recall Governor Newsom 2020, number 1424018. Committee major funding from others include Rescue California, Recall Gavin Newsom, Prov 39 LLC, DGB Ranch. This is your five-star spot for a smorgasbord of information from RecallGavin2020.com. In a tasty, non-caloric, gluten-free bite. It's Friday night at the French Laundry with Executive Chef Oren Heatley and Maitre d' Mike Netter.
Well, good evening, California and beyond. Welcome to Friday Nights at the French Laundry, the virtual cuisine, which is all about California politics, and our main entree, which is heating up like it never has before, the recall of Gavin Newsom. Everybody out there, this is a blessed week. It is the weekend before the election. It is the eve before September 11th. And tonight is a very special night because it's going to be a celebration. I'm going to start by handing out the phone number here because 1-800-222-5222. I'm doing that again, 1-800-222-5222 before the usual announcements, because this week we have the pleasure of seeing the kickoff of the documentary that Jeff Reardon did about the recall. This has been such an amazing
Jeff Roldan.
Sorry, I don't really know. I don't get it right. Oren, I'll give to you one.
Roldan.
Thank you. Roldan. The
Aaron
amazing.
Wheatley is joining tonight as the head chef, by the way.
Well, Oren, you are the head chef. And by the way, I am pleased to have the man known as John Wayne of politics, the California man that started all. I usually call him Oren because that's his name. Oren, back with us tonight. We've missed your brother the last couple of weeks. We have Eric Early and Ken Emmons in studio with us. We have callers lined up because this show, Oren, really belongs to the people, the volunteers that made it happen.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be back, folks, from I am officially now a COVID survivor of a very mild case of COVID. And apparently when I get the sniffles, it makes national news because people have been reporting on the fact that I have come down with COVID from here to New York.
I didn't know you could get COVID that far, Oren.
That's pretty cool. You know the way this
And you know what, I'll
media
tell you
works.
what, folks,
Yep.
I am not an anti-vaxxer as the governor has portrayed me to be over these last couple of days. He has wished me well, and I wish him farewell. But as far as vaccines go, I am 100% for people making an informed decision. It's a personal choice. I'm against government overreach. I'm against government mandates on any level whatsoever, whether it's mandatory tattoos, mandatory vaccines, mandatory microchips, whatever the hell it is. I am against the government intruding into our lives, and I'm 100% for personal freedoms to make an informed decision.
Yeah, and Oren, I second that. This is Eric speaking, and I might add this effort by the other side and the mainstream media say that it is only Republicans who are anti-vaxxers, quote unquote anti-vaxxers. I know so many no party preference people, Democrats, people of color who do not want to be vaccinated and are now very upset that we have this government coming down to force them to get vaccinated. So it is just sickening that they keep up with this narrative in the mainstream media to just portray it as, as conservatives.
And I will tell you, I've got a couple of doctor friends who are Democrats. They're pretty left, actually. They will not get the vaccination. They will at some point, but they said there's not enough time. We don't know what's in that. And these are Democrats, and they're upset too about it. They're going, why are we the ones out pushing this thing? Why are we pushing it?
Look, everybody out there, we know about vaccinations. We know about what's coming up. Oren, I really want tonight's show. We've got 3 callers on the line are ready to focus at 1-800-222-5222 on this amazing journey that's gotten us to this point. Orrin, you've got to admit, and by the way, I want to dispel a myth right now. In spite of what the news said and what Orrin just brought up, when I started the recall with Orrin, he did not microchip me. Correct, Orrin?
Well, you were already chipped when you started.
Well, I know, and I do feel a little funny
vet.
from time to time. And Orrin did not make me get an anti-Gavin Newsom tattoo that are rumors started by the press. But Orrin, do you mind if we start off tonight just going to some callers there? I want people to call in and tell us on this amazing journey. And I'm going to start off by saying I wouldn't have met Ken, I wouldn't have met Eric, I wouldn't have met these literally hundreds of thousands of people if it had not had been for these recall. And Orrin, I want to roll immediately if you don't mind.
I just want to chime in with what Eric had said. I lost connection just briefly, but with chiming in with what Eric said. Eric, I know people who have been vaccinated who do not want to be told by their government what the hell to do and what to put in their body and when to do it and how to do it. So, you know, this is all about personal freedoms, folks.
Exactly. It is. And that's exactly what the recall is all about. I'm going to start rolling immediately. Let's roll quick. SJ from Rancho Cucamonga, what has the recall meant to be you? We've got everybody on a 2-minute clock tonight. Talk to me.
All right, so the recall has meant a lot of things to me. It means, you know, taking back the power into the hands of the people and reclaiming our republic. And that's something we've been doing down here in Southern California. I've been super involved in Riverside County with Don Dix. As of Monday, our, you know, almost 500 volunteers with Riverside County, we have made 71,000 plus phone calls to registered voters for Yes on Recall. We have distributed 25,000 door hangers throughout the county for Yes on Recall. We're about to text another couple 100,000 voters to tell them they better go vote by Tuesday. So we are excited to reclaim our republic here in California.
Absolutely. And SJ, I want to personally thank you for everything that you've done, for the campaigns, for everything out here in Southern California. Orrin, do you want to throw something in before we jump to the next customer?
Yeah, I just want to say that there's been some polls that have come out of late, and I want everybody to flat out ignore these polls, because if Mike and I had paid attention to the naysayers and the polls early on in this process, we would have not gotten to where we are today. And these polls are orchestrated to dishearten the voters. They're orchestrated to drive an agenda in a particular direction. And you need to know that the only thing that matters is the vote at the end of the day, casting your ballot. Get your ballot in the box. You can't catch a fish if your hook is not in the water, and we will not win this election if your ballot has not been cast.
SJ, thank you very much. We're going to keep rolling tonight. We have a lot. God bless you. Let's go win this election. And by the way, SJ, you know where you're going to see me on election night, right?
I heard the Pineapple is the place to be.
There you got it. For Southern California. We're going to announce that later in the show.
Whoa.
Thank you.
SJ, we want to thank you. And also send Don Dix our best. He is a California radio great. Send him our best, and thanks for his help on the recall as well.
For sure. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Orrin, before we jump to our next caller here, you had a great line when I talked to you today about how the polls are kind of like not fully honest. What was that line you told me?
You're putting me on the spot now, Mike. I come up with so many lines throughout the day. They're hard.
No, you don't, Orrin. You have one good one a day. Here's what Orrin told me. I don't remember. Orrin had a great point that if the Democrats and the LA Times and all these folks were so confident in their polls,
right,
why the hell would they be dragging out Biden and Harris and all these people if they were so confident? Let me tell you something. Orrin, that was the best thing I've heard you say in a long time, because he reminded me as to why, against the people of the recall that we have calling in tonight, how they've had to spend $50 million to $70 million just to defend King Gavin's position.
Yep. And let me just say something.
Against the people of the state of California. Mind you, folks, these people, the wealthy elite, the tech tycoons, the union mob bosses, the Linda and Stuart Resnicks of the world, the Reed Hastings of Netflix, the George Soros multi-billionaires are throwing everything they have at this campaign. And they're doing that not for the betterment of the people of California, but to maintain control over them.
And then they go home to their gated communities and to their garden parties, and all the crime and everything else that Newsom's policies are leading to does not affect those characters. And as far as the polls, I heard somebody say, you know, these polls are designed based on standard types of elections. They're not the way they do it, whatever algorithms and stuff are not set up for recall type situations like this one, which brings all kinds of other things into the mix in terms of the election. So I've heard, you know, pollster types saying, you know, they don't know if they can even count on or rely on these polls. Anything's possible.
I sure
Everybody has to vote.
Place my life savings on a betting table in Las Vegas.
Look, I want to go next to another caller here because we're like, I warned you, this show belongs to the listeners tonight. Ree from Menifee, you're on the air with Friday Nights at the French Laundry. Again, thank you. What has the recall meant to you? You've got about 45 seconds here because we're packing them at the door, but it's a pleasure to have you on the air.
Yes, thank you. So I'll just talk really quick. Former Democrat of 37 years, registered, changed my registration about a year ago. And the main reason was Gavin Newsom. I've never met somebody who's such a tyrant in California, and everything he's done has been to crush the soul of Californians.
Exactly.
He doesn't listen to us. He doesn't do anything. And I just saw a lot within the Democratic Party that just disgusted me. And I don't think I can ever go back to that. And honestly, the main reason was Gavin Newsom. So The other day, I had to walk inland California, not even LA, into a Walgreens to pick up something with my 4-year-old child. And I had to walk past 3 men who were picking at open sores with blistering sores, and I had to walk around them to get into the Walgreens. Now, this is moving out now from LA. So this is not the California that I want for my children. It's unsanitary. It's disgusting. Horrible. And and it's the smell was just incredible. And this is not what we should be showing our children is a beautiful used to be state is about. He's not taking care of the homeless. He's just tossing them aside, and he's not cleaning up the mess, and he's not doing anything to clean the state up. It's a filthy state. He's doing the same thing here that he did as a mayor in San Francisco, and now he's doing it to the entire state. Now this guy wants to run for president, so he wants this whole country to be like this? Heck no.
Absolutely. And Rhea, I want to thank you too before we roll to what the great work you do with putting together commercials with the common people. Thank you so much. Chad, Christine, Ken, and the next callers, stay at the door. We're going to put you on in a second, but we're going to roll to where they can run some commercials. If you have frozen goods, get them out of the refrigerator now. Put them in the radio because I'm going to heat it up. It's Friday Nights at the French Laundry, KABC, recallgavin2020.com. We are the voice of the people, and Oren is cooking it up.
You don't understand, we're not like other creatures. Rules do not apply to us, we are the leaders. Voters can't be trusted to be indoor eaters.
I love the fact that Cheetos has picked up this storyline or this song for their latest commercials. I just love that. Every time I see a Cheetos commercial, I can't stand the things, but I love the commercials.
It's some flaming hot news we have here.
That's right.
So here's my beautiful dinner date, Miss Sonia Green. Sonia.
You are way kind, aren't you? You are just amazing, Superman.
Thank you, Wonder Woman. So I want to cut right through the small talk on our dinner date. Sonia, tell us a little bit about your organization.
Oh, Patriots for Freedom, uniting God first, bringing the people together so we can discuss our current events, our current topics, find resolutions, encourage, is to inspire, bring hope, and even more so, finding great candidates that are constitutionalists. They are proud of our country. They have the fundamental values of pro-life, our freedoms, our liberties, say no to tyranny, say yes to the recall, and you're in.
And yes, I do know that Patriots for Freedom has been a big help to Recall Gavin 2020.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely been a joy. And I really appreciate all of you guys. You guys are amazing. You know, I've been with you guys on the recall. Oren, you know that I started with you guys last year, I think, right? Yeah, it's been really good. And people come to my lined up. I was really surprised though, guys, how many Democrats are really signing that thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a Trump supporter. So I would talk about Trump and they just have this look in their eyes. And I started going, you know, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Sign right here.
You know what I love about these polls that are coming out is the fact that, you know, they're saying, you know, this block have voted and they're Democrat. That you know, like 60% are Democrats, et cetera,
We're
et cetera.
back on, folks.
And I'm like, okay, well, did you count the 20% of those that have switched sides? Did you count the 20% plus that have come over and they voted yes to recall this guy? So,
We're back on, folks.
It's all smoke and mirrors until
Stacking them up
the
at the door tonight with
votes
callers,
are
just
counted.
like Gavin's been stacking up money, but more importantly, we stacked up signatures. I'm going to jump around tonight because, look, everyone out there who I've worked with are my favorites, and this has been such a journey. Oren, say hi to Sue from Hesperia, who broke away, I believe, tonight from doing the two-step to give us a call. Sue, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Well, fantastic now that you're in line. You collected many signatures. What did the recall mean to you? Tell us in a couple minutes what it really meant to you and why you did this, why you put so much time and effort in it, because I think your story is fantastic.
Well, thank you. The fact that something like this pulled me away from dancing, that's a huge testament right there. I've been dancing for several years, and when he shut down my dance hall, that was so not cool. After he made me go home from my job for, 2 weeks to flatten the curb, so not cool, because it's well beyond that, and he still has emergency orders. So with all that free time on my hands, since I couldn't hang out with my friends and do my dancing, I decided to go get signatures and cost him his job.
And Oren, do you remember when this Sue, who we have on the phone, drove all the way from where she lived up to Ventura just to meet us? Do you remember that?
I 100%, and what a treat that was, and what an honor, and it's extremely gratifying and humbling when people like you have come out and.
Oren, you cut out for a second, or maybe he got censored. But anyway, Sue, we love what you've done.
There's a lot of that going on, isn't there?
Yes. God bless you.
All of you as well, you and Oren and Cordy and everybody. I mean, all the awesome recall warriors, because we heard this before. We're all in this together, right? Well, all of us recall warriors, we're in this together. We've got to get him out. Vote. If you have not done that, don't listen to those ridiculous polls, because we've got this in the bag. Those polls are going to lie up one side and down the other to discourage you from voting. Vote yes to get Newsom out as soon as possible. And we will have a new governor, and California will turn back into the dream state instead of the gutter state.
I love it. Sue, dance one for me tonight. Remember, we'll be dancing on those poles in about 4 days. God bless you. You keep rocking and rolling.
I don't know if I want to see you doing that, Mike. There's only so much I can handle.
Look, it's better to see you do the two-step than the single hop at my age, brother.
I don't want to see Mike dancing on a pole.
We're going to roll
I'm
next.
way better at the two-step than the pole dancing. So you guys keep up the good work, and I'm there with you, and I love you guys.
A lot of static on the line.
Thanks, Sue.
Sue, thank you very much. Appreciate you, okay?
You're welcome.
Boy, got out of that
Take care.
call alive.
Thanks, Sue.
Kent, why don't you take the next gentleman here real quick? Ken in Orange County, because he's talking about water rationing. And Ken, I know you love water.
I do love water. Ken, how are you?
Yeah, 55 gallon a day. Thank you guys. First off, I love you guys, and God bless you for your hard work. And all these individuals out there that are walking the walk. And, this has been about a month ago now. I saw online somewhere that Goober Newsom, I'm sorry, well, there's two Goobers, but one was Brown. Goober Brown actually had signed something that would go into effect in 2022, 55 gallon a day maximum per household. That's a shower and a load of laundry. And after that, it's thousands of dollars in fines. So all you Democrats out there sitting on the fence or not sure, that affects you as well as the rest of us. So that was most important. I wanted to just make sure I got that out. and you guys will miss at some point. I've enjoyed this for the last couple months. Will you be on midweek or next week? Next Friday after the recall.
Yes, that's a good lead in here, Ken. Thank you very much. We've got to keep rocking. We plan on doing a show the Friday after the recall. Okay, midweek we do a town hall. After that, we're not sure. But the reality is, yes, we are going to be on next Friday night, and we're not going away anytime soon. But we will be on, and I'm going to leave that a little bit of suspense here. Listen, Ken, thank you very much. And I want to be clear for everybody, and there's got another 5 callers lined up right now, that the reason you're not getting water tonight is because Orrin asked me not to serve it at the table. Right, Orrin?
No. I don't know about that.
Okay.
But, I do have a kind of a sketchy internet connection, so if I do drop off, I apologize ahead of time.
I think it's because that big sign that says censored by the CIA, but I'll put that down for a second. Orrin, we're just glad to have you back, brother, and that's in true sincerity. I'm going to jump next to Jeff, the man, the myth, the legend who put together this documentary.
Jeff Roldan.
Jeff Roldan. Look, I've gotten his last name wrong forever, but most importantly, Orrin, he got my name right and Eric's name right in the film.
Alvo Reardon, Jeff Roldan, whatever.
Whatever.
It's all
Jeff,
right?
Welcome to our restaurant here. I want to say in front of everybody, that documentary is up on our website. Eric, you were up with me at the premiere.
Let me tell you something. It was a couple nights ago. What was it, Tuesday night, Mike or Jeff? Okay, Tuesday night. We were in the city of Lincoln, California, which is a beautiful old town up there about 10 miles north of Sacramento. We're in a place called Oliver's Brew House in a building that's 175 years old. And Jeff's film premiered. The place was packed with all kinds of instrumental people in the recall, all kinds of great volunteers, and just the energy there was amazing. And Jeff's movie, it was incredible. It was enlightening. It just shows what went on. It captured it, and it was very emotional, frankly, also to watch what went into this.
And Jeff, I know you have something important you want to tell us tonight. I know your film's also going to be featured on One American News reporting the film. But tell us, I know you have an announcement tonight, and I've got one for you. So you go first, Jeff.
All righty. Appreciate it. First of all,
that's it, Jeff. Time's up. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Oh man, dang it! I got to talk faster. This film, just for everyone out there who hasn't seen it or is wondering about it, it really is a tribute to the movement and the volunteers, but also just I want the public to be able to see this project and see the inside look at what type of people the recall has been made of, and they're good people with nothing but love for their state and for freedom. And so that's really what I wanted to represent in this project. Regarding the announcement, we are, in addition, obviously it's available on the Vimeo link, which is on the website, and definitely invite people to check that out. If you want to have a different experience.
Check it out.
If you want to have a different experience in viewing it, we're having a live public showing in the Rancho Palos Verdes area tomorrow at 6 p.m. And so the public and press are invited to that event. I'm going to be down there. Randy's going to be down there. A few other people are going to be there. And it's just a different experience when you're watching with other people who are part of this movement or fans and patriots of freedom. So invite you to get to there. If you're interested, email is info@recallgavinmovie.com. That's info@recallgavinmovie.com. RSVP, and we will give you the information.
Jeff, bless you very much. We've got so many callers tonight.
It's amazing. It's an hour-long movie. Folks got to see. You're going to love it.
I have to throw in, before you go to the next caller, Jeff, one, it was a great thing, great film. But two, in a world of campaigns that are just contrived political hackery, this shows you real people that got together and made this happen. These are not a bunch of political consultants. These are real people. Mike, Orrin, and 22,000.
Orrin was sort of Cary Grant / Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
And Mike was sort of Clark Gable / Oliver Hardy.
Well, this has never been done in the history of politics.
They were great.
And this captures it so well.
Jeff,
well, thank you for letting me be a part of it and have the opportunity.
It's amazing. It literally is. Jeff, Remember, info, go. You've got to see this. I can't stress this enough. It's the 60 best minutes you probably will spend. God bless the recall, Jeff. Thank you. We are literally have 9 callers on hold right now.
Oh.
I'm going to jump next to one before we go to the break. Paige from Laguna Beach. Welcome to Friday Nights at the French Laundry. Just tell me in 1 minute, it has been a pleasure to meet you, what the recall meant to you.
Okay, I'm very excited about it. I am worried about election integrity, and not everybody right now knows that they need to vote in person. So I just don't know how to get that word out. But I just talked to somebody today that already voted by mail, and they were kind of hitting their head. And I was just wondering what we're going to do about it after if we find that they've stolen another election.
But Paige, tonight is what the recall meant to you. We need to get people out to vote. We encourage them to vote in person, but frankly, and we'll cover that after the break, we need the votes. But
And I do just want to chime in, Mike, and assure everybody that do have concerns like similar to what Paige has. We are monitoring what's going on. It is not voter fraud that is our enemy at the moment. It's voter apathy.
There you go.
What we need everybody to get out, cast your ballot. Like I said earlier, you can't catch a fish if your hook's not in the water. We won't win this election if your ballot isn't cast. So we want everybody to cast their ballots, let the dust settle where it does. And, we have to make sure that everybody's ballot is in the box, because if it's not in the box, then we have no case to make at a later time.
absolutely well said. Chad, Yvette, Don, Steve, and Floor, you're going to be on after the break. Everybody out there, you have a device that needs charging, take it out now. Hold it to your radio, next to your radio, because I'm going to do it. Everybody out there, stay tuned, because you know what's coming. It's Friday nights at the French Laundry, KABC, recallgavin2020.com. We are the voice of the people, and we're hearing from them tonight.
Of a really big hypocrisy. You don't understand, we're not like other creatures. Rules do not apply to us, we are the leaders. Voters can't be trusted to be indoor eaters. They are more connected after all, they're mouth breathers.
On here. Shared up and down the state and across the nation. We have Facebook Live going on.
It's amazing how quickly these segments go, because you go into a commercial break and you think that you have an endless amount of time, but before I know it, hell, I'm muted and back on live.
Right? Sorry, mute Nazi here. Had to do it, brother.
That's right.
All right. So Sonia, what's one of the reasons why you got on board with Recall Gavin?
Oh, well, even from the get-go, when they voted for the guy and listening to what he had to say, women have vision, number one. I always thought he was warlock. That wasn't. But just the things that he was talking about is very progressive. He was for the open borders. Anyone that is for open borders usually has an agenda that's going to decline the state. So from the very get-go, I was like, hey, how are we going to get the guy out? So I'm excited about recall. I had got on board with Aaron, and I, of course, that worked out, but got on board with Aaron. It's awesome.
Nice.
Are we getting ready to go back on?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So I got involved. There's a little video that I saw about, I believe there's 4 families that ran California for the last 80 years, and that mob mentality that's going on here in California. And that's one of the reasons I got on board. And AB5 is one of the terrible things that helped motivate me a little bit more. And, friends starting to leave California around that time of late 2019 and early 2020. And this is well before the pandemic. People were leaving California.
Well, when you have somebody that was a mayor and his city was declining, and then he gets in here and he, puts on a suit and tries to have all these airs and, puts on a big facade, they're lies. So when somebody is lying and corrupt, everything from that point on is going to trickle down and just completely ruin everything from schools, homes, jobs,
Well, I guess when he was mayor, they used to call him Air with a Hair.
That was probably too much credit.
Right.
I have a funny story to tell you guys. Do you have a minute?
Go ahead.
Okay, so check this out. So I have all my gear, Recall Gavin, right? I got like 4, magnets on the side of my car. I'm flying down the street. I got flags going, sometimes. So anyway, I saw this long line parking upside the street there. Yeah. And they actually had We the People, that had the flag. And I saw, kind of a recall thing. I thought, whoa, well, I'll just jump in here real quick. So I got my flag out of the car, looked at this girl, and I said, hey, can I park there? And she says, yeah. Shoot, if you get a ticket, I'll pay half. So we're walking up to us. Yeah, this sign is super cool. It's going to light up. And when it lights up, it's going to say no recall. I said, what did you say? He said, no on the recall. I said,
wow.
Okay. I said, I'm the opposite.
Last year alone,
I'm sorry.
10 million people opened new brokerage accounts.
We hugged each
If
other.
you have even $1 invested through your trading account,
No hard feelings. I got in my car. She was walking back down the hill. I waved at her. She waved at me. I blew her. I said, farewell, Gavin.
Online Trading Academy has equipped everyday investors.
I thought that was interesting. Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. And that's the way that should happen.
Yeah.
That's the way that should happen. So when I first came down with COVID 2 weeks ago, I got a disturbing visit at my house at 10:30 at night. A group of 2 carloads of students came to my house, called me out by name, shouted profanities in front of my house to disturb my neighbors and to upset my household. And I'll say more about that when we come back from break.
Wow.
Aha, break's almost over.
Gabriel Geit is the instructor who I think is the one who brought his students to my house. And he's since been relieved of duties at his school in Natomas, California, which is just 10 minutes from my house.
Good. Wow.
All right, we're back on, folks.
It's Friday night at the French Laundry. On the menu tonight, a better California with executive chef Orrin Heatley and maitre d' Mike Netter.
Well, welcome back, political fans, to our virtual restaurant where it's all about California politics, especially the goose, which Orrin has cooking in the oven, which is Gavin Newsom himself. Tonight is a celebration of this journey, which we talked about in the documentary, which premiered on Tuesday, that Jeff Roldan just called in about. The producer, the maker of the film. Director. It is so amazing. Absolutely incredible what this journey has brought us to. And I'm going to go to, we've got callers lined up. We asked you to call in tonight and tell you what the recall has meant to you. I'm going to go to a few of you now. Yvette, you were at the premiere. I saw you on Tuesday. Tell me what this journey has meant to you.
Well, the premiere was absolutely spectacular. What a great job Jeff did. And, this recall it's provided this state the opportunity to see just how corrupt this governor is, the devastation that he's caused for this great state, and we're not going to take it anymore. This has provided a great opportunity to draw Republicans, Democrats, Socialists, Liberals all together, open their eyes, and take back control, vote him out, and save this great state.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't think,
No, absolutely. And look, we're going to be working with you, we know with you in San Francisco and other things. What you're doing up there is just amazing. I want to thank you for taking the drive back and forth, actually, from Lincoln to the San Francisco area. God bless you, and thank you so much for coming out. We're going to keep moving because we have so many lined up. Orrin. That was your cue, Orrin. Orrin.
Mighty Mike.
The next caller is for you. Floor from Bakersfield, I want you to be personally served by the chef tonight. Say hi to Mike, Orrin, Eric, and Kent.
Laura, God bless you, and thank you so much for everything that you've done. And it's such a pleasure to have you on the French Laundry with
Well, I think I brought a little spice of Mexican food over.
You're not really supposed to eat Orrin's cooking. You know that, right? It's a metaphor. Laura, we're so blessed. Just tell us what the recall has meant to you. Take a couple minutes and just tell us really what it's meant to you, meeting all these people, all the things you've expressed to me and Orrin when you've seen us personally.
so grateful to you guys to have given me the opportunity to serve because I literally, today we had another rally. We just left from there and I just cried because we're saving California. And I think of you guys as my superheroes because you took a step of faith. And I know you guys have been through a lot. And it was for us because you loved our state so much that you loved our people. And when they talk about so much that this is a racist, whatever, you know, a lot of 90% of the people out tonight were Hispanic, African Americans that came out to the banner drop today. And this man came up to me today, and this was the icing on the cake tonight. His name was Arturo, and he spoke Spanish. And he had tears in his eyes, and he gave me a hug. And he said, thank you. I came all the way over here to thank you because people are so deceiving you, our people. He goes, I came from Mexico and I became a citizen so I can leave all the corrupt. And here, this is happening. He goes, and I want to thank you and tell you to thank you for saving our state. And it makes me cry because God said that He was going to save our state and He was going to free us. And all it takes is one brave or two brave people, and everybody will step out. Everybody will step out. You guys were brave to step out, and the rest of us just said yes. And I believe that this is an assignment from God for all of us because God wants to save California, and I believe that Gavin Newsom is going to be out. I don't care what the polls say. I don't care what they say. I'm not moved by that. I just know in my heart that he's going to leave, and we have a U-Haul pack already requested for him, and I'm going to have a pack on Wednesday morning.
Lord, God bless you. Central Valley has been absolutely amazing. I really can't wait to go back there when we win this. I can't wait to go back there no matter what. My heart is so touched by the entire Central Valley. God bless you. I'm going to keep rolling because we literally have the board lit up like Wheel of Fortune or any metaphor you want to use. Oren, guess who's on the line next?
You know what? It'd be hard for me to guess, but I'd like to know who's on the line next, Mike.
How about we've gone San Francisco to
Magdalena.
No, we're going to go to Santa Clarita. Say hi to Dawn, one of the driving forces in Los Angeles. Dawn, welcome to the French Laundry.
Hey guys, how are you tonight?
I'm doing a lot better, thank you.
I'm actually hungry, Dawn, but that's neither here nor there. There's nothing to eat in this virtual restaurant, to be honest with you.
I just, Flor said everything so perfectly there. And I just have to add, to the course of collecting signatures, we've all met some incredibly amazing people. And I recall a gentleman who had immigrated from Russia, and he came and spoke, and I filmed him for a good 20 minutes. Talking about, what was happening. And I think through the course of all of this over the past 2 years, if we include the first signature gathering effort, I thought I was fighting for a state. And I came to the realization through a lot of the people that I met from Cuba, from Mexico, from Guatemala, from El Salvador, from Russia, from China, that we are fighting for our country in doing this. And there's nothing more obvious than the people that have come to the state to try to fight for Gavin's survival, which they didn't do for Cuomo, by the way, but they're coming here to fight for Gavin. And if that doesn't tell you about what's at stake, I don't know what does. And I want to thank you guys, as Flor said, for stepping out and being brave and facing, a lot of the backlash that you have personally. And I've got some amazing, volunteers out here in Santa Clarita that are still out 3 days a week doing rallies. And Sheila and Donna in particular, and Echo and Veronica, and there's so many other people that are still out there week after week, still doing it all the way to the end. And then they went and volunteered at the polls today, and now they're on the phones tonight and over the weekend. So they are right up at the end. They're working hard.
Mike, I have to say that, on one of my many trips to Southern California from Sacramento, I was kind of, the day was long in the tooth and I was ragged and worn, and I came over the Grapevine down into the Santa Clarita Valley, and I looked up, and there is Dawn and her team with recall banners doing an overpass rally above me, and I was stuck in traffic, and I honked at them, I blew them a kiss, I waved at them, and at some point I caught eye contact with them on the bridge, and it was so uplifting in my soul and my spirit, and I realized at that moment the gravity of what we've done, because I had no idea what they were doing, they had no idea what I was doing, but we met at that place and time, and it was just monumental for me in this whole process that I realized that I was part of a much, much greater movement than just the minimal sum of its parts.
Absolutely. And Oren, I got to tell you, driving in tonight, I believe I saw Carla, I'm pretty sure, as I was driving under one of those overpass rallies. Don, God bless you. Thank you for everything that we're going to do together and that we've done. I'm going to move to one more call before the break. This one, Chad, you're going to get served a little sushi here on the recall. You got 2 minutes with Eric Early.
Yeah, I love sushi. Awesome. I just wanted to check in from far Northern California. I'm the county rep for Modoc County. And just like was said earlier, apathy is the enemy. And that's the whole reason I joined this movement. I've got 3 kids under 8. I work full time. My wife works full time, but we have to do something. I mean, this state, this country, we have to get up off our feet, get active, get on the school boards, get on the city council, grassroots. That's what this whole thing was about. And we have to start getting mobilization like now to make changes.
That is so true, Chad. Thank you for everything you said. Frankly, I think the most important elected position in the country right now are the school board positions. And that's one of the great things about this recall movement is people are getting up. People are, it has brought in such hope to people. It has shown the people of the state, millions of people, that all of this hard work, look what it's led to. Newsom is facing getting thrown out of office in a week because of all this hard work that everybody did. And I'll say one other thing to what Dawn said in the call. Perhaps nobody knows better about what's going on and what we're fighting than the people who came from what we used to call the Iron Curtain, the communist countries, the socialist countries. They escaped to come here to the shining city on a hill. And now they're seeing these Newsoms and these Bidens and these woke lunatics trying to destroy this country and turn it into what the rest of the world escaped from to come to.
Absolutely. Chad, thank you very much. You've got a fighter who's going to continue to fight for the state. We're going to be back up with you. Listen, Culver City, La Puente, Covina, San Diego, Garden Grove, Sherman Oaks, you'll be up in the next segment. We're going to get to everybody tonight. It's all about the volunteers. In the meantime, all over the state, you could turn down your volume a bit because I'm going to break. It's Friday nights at the French Laundry. It's KABC. We are the voice of the people. Call us tonight, 1-800-222-5222. Tell us why, and we'll tell you how.
Like 100 peeps or more. How could I?
All right. Well, I don't know how much longer I can stay online with the show tonight because my internet keeps dropping me off the show. Like right now, I just lost connection with the radio station yet again.
Oh, wow. So yeah, if you need to, Warren, go ahead and jump off the Zoom. That way you can stay live on the radio.
I may need to do that, but you know what? Mike's got it covered. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, we can shoot a message.
I may just go retire and call it a good night and let Mike wrap it up.
Well, you started off with a story before we ended the commercial.
I did. Hold on. Let me turn you up.
Aha.
There you go. Okay. I started off with a story.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm trying to get connected back to Clean Feed yet again. And I have no connection to the internet. But the story that I started off with was this instructor, Gabriel Geip, you can Google him, YouTube him, look him up. He is a communist Antifa high school instructor, and he was giving students extra credit for participating in Antifa style events in their community. So, the other night at 10:30 at night, I was sleeping out in the trailer and in my driveway because, I have, my family doesn't want me taking phone calls late at night and et cetera, et cetera. But fact is, hold on, I'm trying to get logged back on the radio show and I can't do it. The fact is, this guy, I believe, brought his students to my house for extra credit to show them where I live, to intimidate me and to disturb my neighbors.
Oh, we're back on, folks.
All right, I'm not obviously not back on. So.
Welcome back to our virtual restaurant about California politics. Look, Oren, Eric, Kent, tonight we're not only going to be bouncing around geographically with callers from all over the state, I want to bounce around in time a little bit. This journey, again, has been amazing the last year and a half, but I'm going to immediately send somebody in immediately. Mary from Poway, I think I've known you longer than Gavin's been alive.
No doubt. No, that's true, Mike. I just want you and your team are doing amazing things. The reason for my call is very simple. It's a heartfelt thank you. And to answer your question is, what does this recall mean to me? And that's also very simple. It's hope, Mike. You and your team are bringing hope to people like me, who work every day, happen to be in medical. I'm watching people having to make decisions about, do I give up my job or take this mandate? It's not a good position that we're in.
Orange, please say hi to Mary. Her and I go way back, probably as long as you've been alive. He's throwing his hands up. We've lost his signal. Mary,
oh my goodness.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate this. I appreciate the support my whole team has given me. God bless you. I want to say hi to your son out there. Where's he at?
He's up in Montana. He left the state because of the mandates, and he wants it to be his decision, as it should be. Since when does the government make our medical decisions, Mike?
Well, they're not supposed to, and they're not supposed to make a lot of, but Mary, let me tell you something. As I always have, we are going to continue to fight forward, and we're going to continue to get this state hope. God bless you for the friendship. God bless the entire gang, as we call it. Everybody out there, a shout out. No matter what you believe, we believe in the state. Mary, thank you so much for calling tonight.
Let me just jump into something Mary just said, and I said it a little earlier, and a lot of people say it. The word hope. You guys and the great team, Oren, Mike, Dan, you're listening, Dan. Robin, I hope you're listening and feeling better. Susan, it started with this small group of people, and you started a movement that has given hope to, frankly, tens of millions of people, not only in California, but around this country, that we, the people, actually do have control and can get control again of our government. And these really pieces of garbage that have been lording over us, like these Gavin Newsoms, Nancy Pelosi's, the whole package for decades, who want to make us believe that we're just a bunch of peasants and serfs, and the only thing we can ever do is show up on election day and vote, and don't ever try and do another thing. They lord over us. There's hope again in California that we can get back this government. And with that hope, anything's possible. And like I said a few weeks ago, it takes a a rare breed of cat that can create hope for millions of people. And I'm sitting near one of them in the studio right now. This guy Netter, he's a rare breed of cat. There's Wyatt Earp up there in Folsom right now, another rare breed of cat, and several of the others. And so this is just an amazing thing, and I'm just honored to be sitting here right now.
Thank you, Eric. Mary, thank you so much. We'll be seeing you soon. You know, that's a great transition that Mary brought up, Hope, because I'm going to jump. We have Hope on the line, not a metaphor, literally. Hope,
that's awesome.
Welcome from San Diego. You've been a pleasure to work with. Give us a quick 2 minutes here because we've got a lot of people lined up. We want to get to them all. Tell us why you got involved with the recall and what the recall has meant to you.
Well, thanks, Mike, for having me. It's been a pleasure to get to know you and to be part of this movement for the 2019 and 2020. I did it mostly because I wanted to educate Hispanic Americans that we don't have to be Democrats. We don't have to fall for the baloney that they feed us because we are by culture conservatives. We're about God and country. So I knew in 2018, 2019 that we need to recall this awful governor. And I'm glad that once I heard about the recall, I did everything in my power to be a part of the team and get signatures. And I mean, it was hard work, but I'm so happy that we're here today. And I'm happy to be part of this movement. I want to say thank you to all of you as well, because if it wasn't for you, this would have never happened. So it just built into a snowball effect, and I'm very honored and very proud of everybody involved in the recall.
And tell Kent the story, because I think Kent would appreciate it, almost comedic, about how literally you were in front of the Board of Registers in San Diego as we had the petition kicked off. Remember that? And I came down and kind of gave a spiel to your little protest there.
I got to hear this.
Yeah, so I put a little rally together in front of the registrar's office to make sure that people knew that the election was a fraud, and that we stood behind President Trump and behind, every conservative, personnel and whatnot. It was a great time. Mike came out there. He gave us a quick little one-on-one on voting and the recall and how it's done and what the process is and what can happen if it succeeds. And it just gave us a lot of hope, obviously hope, but it gave us a lot of hope because, a lot of people were very discouraging through the whole process and telling us that it's not going to happen. It's always going to be a blue state. But you know what? My God is bigger, and the boots on ground, the hard work will always pay off. And we're here today. And, I'm just very honored and very proud. And I just can't wait till next week.
It's interesting you say it's always going to be a blue state, they say. But what we found now is that it is a California state. These are Californians coming out. They're blue, they're red. These are people who love this state. This is a state filled with great people. It's just been led down the primrose path by bad leaders for years and years. And I'm just happy to see the blue and the red coming together and making this happen. And Mike and Orrin leading the charge.
Hope, God bless you. Thank you so much for calling in. We're going to see you on the front again and again. I'm going to jump next to La Puente. La Puente has a special place in my heart. Susie, thank you for calling in. Welcome to the French Laundry. We've got about 2 minutes here. Tell us what the recall means to you.
Well, it means everything. It means saving the state that I was born and raised in. I want to thank you two, because it's your effort, your idea, your tenacity, and your sacrifice that has made this possible. You motivated a lot of people, and I have had a whole bunch of fun handing out the thousands of door hangers and brochures that were sent to me. But I did not meet one person that objected or rejected my offer of a brochure or a door hanger. We're here in the La Puente area. Every grocery store I go to, any place I go, I'm putting them on windshields. From here to Palm Desert, where my folks live, I've never had anybody say a negative thing. People need and know that they want a change.
Mm-hmm.
We can't live in tyranny. This is a free country, and we were the freest state for a long time until the left has taken over.
And
it's time that we take over.
Your office has a special place in my heart. I know that we don't want to blow everybody's cover because it's radio, but I actually was, shall we say, flat on my back
when I took the call from Orrin, who said we're gonna be doing a recall petition?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You said, I need to take this call. And I said, okay, I'll let you talk.
Right.
And yes, I and you told me it was born that moment in my office, and so I feel a kinship to it. But once again, you guys did all the heavy labor, the sacrifice, because I know you were running ragged, and you are forever going to be in our hearts for your efforts.
Well, God bless you. Thank you very much. Orrin, I want you to know that day, it was important to me that I had a witness. Look, we've got to roll to the top of the hour here. Magdalena, Tim, Valerie, Brent, Steve, Susan, you will all get on the air next segment. This night belongs to the people of the recall, to the volunteers, to everybody out there. In the meantime, sit down, move away from your speaker a little bit, because you know what's going to happen soon. This is your recall. This is, hold on, Friday nights at the French Laundry, KABC 790, recallgavin2020.com. The people have spoken, and we're on the ballot.
Stephen Pardon in love. Mr. Mayor, how would you prefer your foie gras? Donated? Sir, we saw you at a party.
The home of Dan Bunch.
Oh, that's fun doing that. So we're at the top of the hour, so we have a little bit of a longer break. So
we do, but I'm gonna bow out. I'm losing my energy, and I've lost my internet connection altogether. So everything happens for a reason, folks. Mike has this wrapped up. You guys have it wrapped up. God bless everybody, and thank you so much. I'm going to conserve my energy and go recuperate just a little bit more.
all right, we'll get some rest. Lots of love to you, brother.
All right, Sonia, thank you very much. Tim, God bless you guys. And recall strong.
Well, stay on for just a moment longer. So tomorrow marks an anniversary. And Sonia, would you like to lead us in prayer for 9/11?
Absolutely. Please do.
Father in heaven, I just want to gather here today with my brothers here and my sisters out there listening. Father in heaven, thank you so much for a wonderful country that you blessed us with. Although we have so much evil that travels through the midst of where we are, Father, you are our light. You are the one that we look to, Father. I pray over the families that lost their loved ones in 9/11. I pray over them that their strength in today's sight, that they will still look to you, Father, and know that you are a just God, and you will bring reason and resolution to a corrupt situation. Father in heaven, I want to thank you again for Orrin, Tim, Mike, Eric Early, the other gentleman there, and everyone that's listening, Father. Everyone has come together and doing your will, and they've done such a fabulous job. I'm just honored to be in their company. Father in heaven, I look to you always. You are the guiding light. You are the peace. You are the love. You are the graciousness, and you are our strength. I thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Sonia. God bless.
Thanks for staying on, Orrin. God bless.
Thank you. And you guys have a wonderful evening, and let's get this done.
Yes, we'll keep it rolling. No pun intended.
All right.
All right, so a lot of people heard that when I first got on board, I rode my manual wheelchair 11 miles to sign one petition. And then the following week I got on board, and this was during the Aaron Cruz campaign. And then, the word got to Orrin Heatley, and, it was about a week and a half later, Orrin contacted me directly. And then, we've been connected ever since.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So that's my little background here.
That's wonderful. Yeah, when I first started, I also started with Aaron, and I actually started a YouTube magazine show called Sonia Magazine, because I was trying to expose Gavin, the corruption that was going on in California. And I believe it was Stella actually.
Oh, yes.
On Aaron, right? And so I said, we met her, and she was my first guest on my show. She did a beautiful job, and she's just a lovely lady. But yeah, so here we are today. We got it done through Orrin and Mike Netter and you and everybody that participated and all the volunteers. They did a magnificent job, just relentless at it, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And a big shout out to Sonia. I was texting her earlier.
Yeah, everybody's just been so fantastic, just really good. That's another reason why it really inspired me to do Patriots for Freedom, because of the movement among the grassroots and wanting to preserve their freedoms and their liberties and understanding what this country's about and our Constitution, what it really means. It was just fabulous to me. And I said, you know what, let me jump in this as well. And let's try to bring everybody together, bring all the grassroots groups together, and let's unite under God first and unite under one vote.
And what's the name of your website?
The quick version of it is www.P like Paul, F like Frank, F like Frank, P like Paul, AC. So that's PFFPAC, which stands for Patriots for Freedom Political Action PAC.
And that's at .com?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back on, surprisingly.
We're back on.
Patriot Coalition, recall Governor Newsom 2020.
It wasn't me.
24018. Committee major funding from others include Rescue California, recall Gavin Newsom, Prov 39 LLC, DGB Ranch. This is your 5-star spot for a smorgasbord of information from recallgavin2020.com. In a tasty, non-caloric, gluten-free bite. It's Friday night at the French Laundry with Executive Chef Oren Heatley and Maitre d' Mike Netter.
Welcome back, everybody, to Friday Nights at the French Laundry. Oren's going to head and bow out tonight. As most of you know, he was a little sick. We're glad to have him back for a little bit. I've got Kent and Eric here in the studio with me. Look, we have a lot of callers lined up. Tonight is a celebration of the volunteers of what the recall means to you. It's so important to understand. You know, I had someone tell me before we go to this next segment, and everybody's getting on the air tonight, but I want everybody to understand something. Tomorrow is September 11th. And September 11th, in a strange way, brought the country together because of a disaster. And the recall is averting a disaster that we have in government. And averting that disaster has brought so many people together. And God forbid, and God bless all who died at September 11th, and God forbid it ever happens again. But let me tell you something. It's time, California, that we came together and made a statement by voting this idiot out who's a governor. Now, as we jump around the boards tonight, and I know I'm not giving my co-host a lot of time, and you could tell I'm hurt by that. I want to jump next to everybody's been asking, where are you going to be on election night? There is a Northern California event and there's a Southern California event. And my two hosts with me tonight, Kent and Eric, are going to be with me in Southern California. And I want to bring on the line right now one of the most incredible people I've ever met, outside of myself, of course. I just had to throw that in. Angela, line 3.
Hi.
How are you? Tell us what we are going to be doing from about 4 to 9 and where we're going to be on the 14th.
We are so excited. We're going to be at the Pineapple Hill at 4454 Van Nuys Boulevard in Sherman Oaks. And anybody that has put any effort in or has voted him out, you're all welcome. I've got 12 flat screen TVs and 2 100-foot projector screens, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to watch the polling, possibly see a great film, I hear. And I actually might have someone out with the recall song singing in person, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, I got to talk to you about that. I thought that would be pretty nice.
Yes, I'm so looking forward. Tell everybody out there where the Pineapple Grill is. Again,
we're in Los Angeles, and we're located in the Valley area of Sherman Oaks, and we're basically right where the 405 and 101 junction is. We're off of Van Nuys and Moore Park. So
and Angela, I know Mike is wanting to get a lot of callers in, but I think just for the folks who don't know who you are, because you are one of the most dynamic women in Southern California, and there's a lot of backstory to why the pineapple is so important on this night of the recall. Give a little bit of backstory, just a minute, but it's important. This is big.
Yeah. No. So the pineapple
the Pineapple Hill is my pub. It's been there since 1978. And my video went viral because Newsom shut us down 2 days before Thanksgiving, and I was out of money and basically was going to lose everything. But he allowed a 200-person movie tent to set up right next to my outdoor tent, identical, 15 feet away. Literally, it's in the same parking lot with a catering truck. And at that moment, I was giving out last paychecks and bags of groceries. I drove into my parking lot and saw that, and I lost it. And I made a video just trying to let everybody know what he was doing to us and holding him accountable for the loss and death of all the businesses. And at that point, I was dead. And the people of California and America and literally all over the world, guys, Canada, Denmark,
Yep.
donated and saved my bar.
I'll tell you, Angela, this is Eric speaking, and it's always great talking
Hey, Eric.
to you. Hey, and you came into my life because I was watching Fox that night, and there you were telling your story, and I was floored. I said I have to get to know this woman sometime. She's here in Sherman Oaks. We got to get to know her. And then I met you through this great recall movement. And for everybody listening, when you watch his great film called State of Corruption that Jeff Roldan just rolled out 2 days ago, there's a great section in there on Angela and this entire thing that Angela is describing. And it's incredible and it's incredibly moving, and you got to see it.
And we're going to be,
again,
how do we find you, Angela? I've got to keep moving here. I literally am backed up like we hope your restaurant is on Tuesday. Tell us how to find you.
So we're at the junction of 405 and 101. We're Sherman Oaks, California in Los Angeles. It's 4454 Van Nuys Boulevard. And you can call us at 818-789-0679 if you need directions, or find us on Facebook at PH Saloon.
PH Saloon, and I'm sure we can Google that too for simple people like me.
And we're going to be there Tuesday night on election night. That's where we're going to be. Go ahead.
I am so excited, you guys, to have you. You guys are my soul group. I am so blessed for everybody in the recall, and just meeting amazing, amazing people like you guys. And I'm just so grateful for
God
everybody.
bless you businesses stood up for yourselves. I am so proud of you guys, and you are true Americans and true Californians. I thank you and can't wait to see you Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to see you guys.
It's going to be amazing. Angela, I so look forward to it. See you at the PH Saloon, Pineapple Grill, Tuesday night. We're going to be watching the election and showing it. Now, for Magdalena, Tim, Valerie, Brent, Bianca, Steve, and Susan, I want you to hold for a second. I want to bring on here a special guest, and the special guest I'm bringing on is Ann Vandersteel. Ann did a segment with us. And how long ago was that? My God, February, March, April of 2020?
Hey, Mike, yeah, we did that in, I think we put it out in May. We started filming it in April, right? And we put it out with it. Yeah, and it was, it went viral. It helped kind of kick off your movement. And we said, well, we're going to give it to the Lord and hope that these guys have enough firepower to get this recall done, because 2 million signatures seemed really daunting at that time. But wow, look at where y'all are now. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
And there's a show called The Steel Truth. It's broadcast all over. And when we went on originally with a group called Surfer of Choice, I believe, I got to tell you, Ann, even before One America News, Eric, was the first one to actually put us on. And I could see through the screen, the eyes were rolling a bit, going, all right, well, this one will get buried in history. Right, Ann? I mean, admit it. Did you ever think we were going to get this done?
I didn't want to say it was going to be buried in history, but I just thought, wow, this is really a Herculean task that this group has. I mean, I don't know. You know, you and Orrin, you just kind of bit down on the bone and you didn't let go. And it was grit and determination, and, you know, signature by signature. You guys really, it was a big task. It was daunting to me. And the thought, 2 million signatures, how are you going to marshal all these people to go out and get it? But as it would turn out, California really went red, right? And there's a lot of really mad people in California, and apparently they're ready to take their state back. So, and it's about time, because no one could understand why a beautiful state like California would become home to a bunch of heathens, connected to the Pelosi mob. It just didn't make any sense whatsoever. So it's really a godsend to have you guys leading the charge there. And I can't say I never thought you wouldn't do it, because I just thought, how in the heck are they going to get 2 million signatures? That's just daunting. But you did it, and you blew past it. It's amazing. You guys are heroes.
And the show only has about 20,000 listeners. We won't tell anybody. Admit it. You didn't really think we'd get it done. Come on, man. It's The Steel Truth is the name of your show, all right?
I'm serious. I remember saying to Liz, my producer, Liz, she's my business partner, I said, Liz, how are they going to go out and get 2 million signatures? I mean, well, Mike and Orrin in what army? But apparently you assembled an army. So, I can't say that I made a bet that I was going to eat my hat, but dang, I'm so happy and so proud of you guys. It's incredible. Really is. Kudos.
And it's amazing. And the work you guys do is fantastic. The show you guys do is terrific. And thank you for putting these guys on early on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we love stuff like that. I mean, you know where I'm sitting right now? I'm sitting in Muhlenberg, Muhlenberg, Kentucky, at an agricultural center where a couple thousand patriots got together, and I don't know how many thousands online, but just got done talking about becoming an American state national to everybody. And we've got, Mike Lindell was here. Candace Owens would have been here. Sadly, she had a personal family tragedy, so she couldn't make it. But General Flynn will be here tomorrow, and Lynn Wood, and a whole host of other patriots. Pastor Pawlowski's talking right now. Tom Homans was right on before me. And, he was the former ICE director under Trump. He's talking a big game, and he says Trump's coming back. So I'm going to take that to the bank. So I think this country is ready to take it back. I guess, guys, we look to California to see how bad it could be, and we say, well, that's not bad enough. Let's let Biden run the country for a while, straighten to the ground. Now I think we know what you guys have been living through all this time.
Absolutely.
Holy cow.
And God bless you. I'm running up against a break. I'm going to jam one more in. Remember, if you call in right now, the phone lines literally are busy. And I just want to personally thank you on the air for everything. Magalina, I'm going to give you 60 seconds tonight, and that's all you got before we roll the break.
Hi, honey. Hi, everybody. I'm going to keep it really short. Why I decided to get in the recall? Okay, I'm going to keep it really short, sweetheart. Magdalene Recall Radio. 18 years ago, Gavin Newsom screwed Matt Gonzalez with the mayor's race. So for 18 years, I wanted Gavin out of office. And what I did this week, you're surprised, is I contacted all the county coordinators of all recall Gavin and said, what can I do for you? So I sent 72 emails, made 72 calls, and that's what I did this week as far as passing out flyers.
Well, I got to tell you, Magalina, we're going to use you on one of the next campaigns with your energy that if Eric is running for something, if I can announce he's running for Attorney General, because that would violate every rule in the book.
Eric Early for Attorney General.
But I want to say, Magalina, you are a godsend. Thank you very much. Magalina.
And I would love to hear that story about how Newsom screwed that mayor 18 years ago. Maybe not now, but Magalina, I want to hear that. Tell it on your radio show, Magalina.
There was a race between Matt Gonzalez and Gavin Newsom for mayor, and Gavin won, but with a lot of the same kind of stuff he's pulling now, he pulled back then.
Absolutely. We want to get to everybody. I know some of you.
I know. Love you guys. I'm on
hold a bit.
You're
Jim
awesome,
and Steve,
Magdalena.
you'll be up next. Listen, everybody out there, you're on hold. Stay on hold. We're going to get to you. In the meantime, I recommend you take a deep breath, because I'm going to make you exhale, because I'm going to do it. Get ready. Stand back. Sit down. Ready? It's Friday nights at the French Laundry. This is KABC 790. Remember, we're the voice of the people. We need you to vote. We need you to speak up. Recall Gavin2020.com.
Breathers, just tell them it's important to follow all the law. How any violation might kill a grandma. While you do what you want, even pardon in-laws. Mr. Mayor, how would you prefer your foie gras? Donate it soon.
Wow, the phone lines are actually completely backed up to where there's busy signals. I'm getting text messages, stating that. So, we appreciate everybody calling in, and as well as trying to call in. Those that are on, stay on, please. We'll get to you, hopefully. Don't be discouraged. So what else is happening on your end? So actually, I want to talk about, some of the stories. Wow. people coming up from all different nations, all different regions of the world coming up to sign this recall. And wow, they was, for instance, the Vietnamese community, they're just like, we don't want this country going communist.
Yeah.
And we see it going that direction, especially with this governor. We need him out now. And let's see, a gentleman from a Middle Eastern country. Wow, same thing. Doctors come up and sign.
Yep.
I remember this one. He was a chiropractor. The canopy was too short because oh my gosh, this guy was like at least 5 or 6'5" or something like that. He was a really tall gentleman.
Wow. Yeah, we got a lot of support from across the nation as well. They're really pulling for us.
Yes, and I want to give a shout out to Mr. Joe over in Indiana. He's helping me out with some equipment as well as spreading the word about Recall Gavin 2020. He's actually a native of California, and he has friends and family here, so he's been sharing the word as well.
Nice. That's really cool. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. This guy's really done a number here.
Oh yeah. a number of numbers.
Yeah. I liked, there was a couple that came in today and they're asking,
we're back on.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
Executive Chef Oren Heatley and Mater D. Mike Natter.
Bless you, California. Bless you for everything you've done on this journey that I've been on, Eric's been on, Oren, who was on the show earlier, has been on. This is our moment for the people to roar. And I'm going to tell you again that regardless of the outcome, and I expect to win, it's we, the people, have spoken and will continue to speak. Eric,
continue to speak, as you just said, Mike.
Could you do me a favor, Eric?
Yes, sir.
I have to go back to the kitchen and clean up for Oren. So would you mind taking Tim for Culver City on line 2?
Let's do it. Tim, come on. Hey, Tim, you're on the air. What's on your mind?
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. Hope Oren's doing well. To me, this recall is about stopping America from becoming California, at least as it is. In the past, California's policies have influenced America, but look at what Biden did yesterday. Try to make others' decisions for them via executive order. Whose playbook do you think he got that out of? And people are, it's pretty unpopular what he did yesterday. Even though polls are saying that Newsom's up by double digits, polls are meant to drive opinion, not gauge it. And
exactly
if you need
right.
evidence of that, look at how inaccurate polling has been over the last
Tim, nobody should be out there. We agree with you. Should be following these polls. Everybody should be making sure their votes get in. Vote yes on question number 1. And as far as California, for a long time it's been said, as California goes, so goes the nation. And we've got to get not only California back, we've got to get the nation back. And that's why they're all the carpetbaggers, the far left carpetbaggers are showing up here. Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Obama, Kamala Harris, the imbecile Biden will be here next. They're freaking out because if they know if they lose California, they lose the country. And we're going to get back this state. We're going to get back this state. So, Tim, totally agree.
Exactly. We need to send a message to the rest of the U.S. And I just want to thank you all for all the work you've done, regardless of results. It's really comforting to see so many like-minded people, regardless of affiliation.
Thanks for your support, buddy.
Thank you very, very much. I'm going to keep rolling through callers here. I'm going to go next to Kabina. Kabina has a special place in my heart. Valerie, you do too. You have been with, I think, the second recall with us. Welcome to the French Laundry.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
Howdy,
Valerie.
neighbor. How are you?
I'm.
Hey, so you know what? Thanks for doing this. You guys were the catalyst, yourself and Oren. Oren, we've never had the pleasure of meeting in person. Eric, hello. I have gone to your coffee clutch. So,
great.
Thank you, because I think the California bear was in a suspended hibernation. Can we call it that?
You can.
And I think the bear has woken up.
Yes.
I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I went out because somebody said we're going to be here with a petition. I met some great people. I got motivated. And, the funny part is, while we were out there, I couldn't tell you how many conversations we had across the board, demographics, people that were immigrants that got more of what has happened to California and how we need to change it than our own citizens do. That's the amazing thing, that they get it more than some of our residents.
You know how many Hispanic Americans are against illegal immigration? It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
You'd never know it when you pick up the mainstream media. You know, they are against it probably as much as anybody else in this country.
Yeah,
It's an amazing
they
thing.
worked hard to get here, and they also earned their citizenship. And by the way, you take people who have escaped communism, they come up to me all the time. We've seen this movie before. We've seen it. Americans haven't seen this. They recognize the symptoms. And by the way, our proud bear had been roofied and hypnotized by these far left people. And by the way, people call Newsom an idiot or incompetent. He's not. He's calculated. Kamala Harris, calculated. They're very calculated in what they're doing.
Yes, and I'm glad that people are paying attention. I'm glad we're engaged, and you guys have given us the platform to engage, and you find different ways, you know, just a slight conversation, somebody you're waiting in line with or happen to come across, and it's easy to tie it into, hey, are you aware of what's going on in California? Okay, so it's very easy to do. So tonight we were over the 10 freeway, where I joined for about an hour and a half.
I saw you there, actually. I saw figures as I was driving to the station. Yes. I was wondering who was up there.
And we were
crazy people.
Cynthia and I were up there, and we were feeling the love and some other great people, but I've met some great people, but I'm hopeful. I'm a 7th generation Californian, and I've been in LA County all my life. Okay, I didn't get far, but I love this state. I hate what I've seen it go through. I'm tired of the school system, the homeless, the high prices, the high property tax, you name it. And we got to get our voice heard. We got to fight back. We have to let them hear that their roar. They have to hear us. And this is a good way. I think we're gonna be successful.
Valerie, I really hope you can make it up to the Pineapple Grill on Tuesday. But I really hope to see you there.
You know what? I have Monday and Tuesday off vacation because I'm going to go in and I'm going to cast my ballot in person. Not going to trust it to the mail. And I'm going to think about getting out there to Van Nuys. It's a little bit of a drive, Mike, but maybe we can carpool, huh? Anyway,
I'll buy the little drink. Love everything you said, Valerie.
We'll look forward to seeing you there.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We'll see you back at Gabina. Kent, why don't you take our next caller? He's a local, Brent from Los Angeles. Brent, I know I'm going to see you at the Pineapple Grill, right?
The awesome Brent, it's great to have you on with us.
Oh, thank you. Hello, Mike, Oren, and Eric. And I want to thank you and bless you for all you're doing. And I consider you super American patriots. What you have done, I don't see as being just for California or even primarily for California, but even more so for all of America. This has reverberations throughout the nation.
Brent, it'd be great to see you at Pineapple Grill on Tuesday night. This is Eric, and I'd love to see you there, man.
I'd love to do that. I look forward to doing it.
Come on over.
And I just wanted to ponder on the violent Antifa attack on Larry Elder by Gavin's Gorilla Girl. She made me think about how Larry is such a brilliant, knowledgeable, and socially political aware broadcaster who's been under attack, that I'm going to begin calling him the black face of Ronald Reagan.
Well, I'll tell you, Larry's doing a great job, and what's amazing is this media machine on the other side, and the millions they're throwing into trying to destroy Larry. They won't admit that Larry is a black man. They have turned Larry into a white man, and you know, Larry's a proud black, conservative, intelligent male, and they can't stand people like that. The people on the other side hate it.
Yeah.
The people on the other side who are the descendants of the KKK.
And these are the far, far, far fringe crazies. But think about this. What if somebody goes and puts on that gorilla outfit and throws eggs at Maxine Waters, who's been draining and sucking the money out of this state and D.C. for years? What happens if you do that? Or Kamala Harris.
Or Kamala Harris.
What happens?
Yep.
Well, you
I-
talk
I
about
think-
hate crimes and everything else. Oh my gosh! But you
Yeah,
take Larry
talk
Elder,
about
who's a great
ratchet up
statesman, whether you agree with him or not.
indoctrination of our children.
Yeah, whether you agree
They
with
use
Larry
it
or
as
not,
a
he is a great
reason to do
wonderful,
that.
wonderful statesman.
Listen, everybody out there, before we roll to break, I want a couple of you dropped off. Call back at 1-800-222-5222. Again, this is a celebration of the people tonight on this amazing journey. I can't stress enough or even know how to put into words the fabric that has been the recall. And I've said this quite often. I was telling this to reporters because, you know, now Orrin and I are getting bombarded by reporters and people calling and asking us about the recall and this, that, and the other. And I say, really what you have to do is, one, watch the documentary. Quit spending an hour with me on the phone, though it's time well spent, and watch this documentary. And what you also have to do is go to our YouTube channel. Go to recallgavin2020.com. And reporters, if you're out there listening tonight, and I know you are, and look at the films of what you see at these recall booths and events that were throughout California. What you saw were smiles. The recall has been such a work of joy. It has been such a way for people to get together and express themselves. And before we roll the break, Gavin, I don't know if you're listening tonight, but I know some of your team probably is. And I want you to hear me, and I want you to hear me clear. You could spend $100 million. It doesn't matter what you spend, what you feel that you need to defend your ground. You can bring in Biden. You could bring in Harris. You could bring in Sanders. You could bring in Warren. But it's strange that no one in California Democratic Party is really defending you. Oh, they're not well known. My friend or not friend, Gavin Newsom, hear me loud and clear. You will not suppress the voice of the people of California. There's lots of group of voters, all kinds of contingencies, all kinds of caucuses, as they like to call them. But hear me right now. The 2.1 million people that signed this petition will not be silenced. LA Times, pollsters, anybody on the liberal left who's writing, you can write anything you want. You cannot silence the people of California. You will not silence the people of California. This election will be won. I got news for you. It's already been won because the people have spoken.
There's a man who gives hope.
Okay, everybody out there, we're going to get you the callers we have in line in a second. In the meantime,
hear me roar for the people of California. Friday nights at the French Laundry, KABC 790, recallgavin2020.com. We will not be
silenced.
Clam chowder.
It wasn't me.
Sir, we got you on camera.
It wasn't me.
You said we can't be super spreading.
It wasn't me.
So I missed my brother's wedding.
AM 790.
Nice.
So fun to dance with you.
You're a good dancer there, Tim.
Thank you. Thank you.
And a good singer too.
Oh, so are you. Wow. What a
Thank
lovely
you.
voice.
Thank you. Thank you. Man, this is really exciting about this recall.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
loving the people
Yeah.
calling in. This is just so heartfelt. You can just hear the passion and the, just the determination.
Yeah.
That's the American spirit. That's what I like right there.
Oh,
That's the
definitely.
spirit. That's just, and it's baffling. 2.1 million signatures, right?
Yeah.
There was even more than that. That was just all. There was even more than 2.1 million signatures.
Yes.
But it's baffling to me that the ones that, but the ones that are not for it tend to be the elitists that he actually protected.
Yeah.
And then on the other spectrum is the one that, think that they're supporting him, but yet he never did anything for these people except for keep them in fear. And they think that was protecting him by keeping them in fear. It's really
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh, he did a lot of fear mongering, and wow, there's a lot of other things he's trying to do to save his tail, so to speak.
Yeah.
Buying the votes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's an old Democrat trait, though. From the old days. Very, very racist side. That's what they like to do.
But I mean, using our taxpayers' dollars as a lottery. The stimulus checks. That's quite interesting. They should have been issued out long ago.
Yeah.
But when the recall starts getting up there in numbers, here he comes to the rescue.
Well, let me. I know what to do, but they always do. That's why they buy each other off. They have all these different, hidden agendas and back pocket deals, things like that. So that's what they're accustomed to. The American people aren't going to take it anymore. We don't have to. We don't need to. We're above that. They want to swim around in the gutter. They're going to have to go somewhere else and swim around.
Yeah. And the whole French Laundry thing, there's a connection, and there's lobbyists there that he was meeting with at the French Laundry when he got shot last November.
Well, what is it? 2018. I believe Kylie referenced that, where he was totally against CRT. Said it was a dangerous study, and there's no way it was dead on arrival. Same thing with lockdowns or mandates. And met with those lobbyists, everything's a go.
Yeah, and now he's flipped the script on us.
Yeah. He was easily bought.
Yeah. Oh yeah, more than definitely. But yeah, there's a wonderful little mini series put up by ABC. I believe it's called Money, Power, and the French Laundry Connection. And be sure to watch that. That's a wonderful little mini documentary.
Yeah.
And folks, if you want to see this recall movie that people have been talking about, go to recallgavin2020.com and you'll find it there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. He was Jeff Roldan was at my event on July 26th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, did a great job. Really nice guy. Yeah, very creative. So I'm gonna have to show up to that premiere.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, that's
hopefully
awesome.
I'm not home working the recall like I have been.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not over until Shirley Weber makes that announcement.
Oh, I wonder how many different ways she's gonna try to spin it before she has to spit it out.
Right. Well, we're back on.
Okay.
It's Friday night at the French Laundry. On the menu tonight, A Better California with executive chef Orrin Heatley and maitre d' Mike Netter.
Welcome back, everybody, to our virtual restaurant. We're winding to the show right now. Everybody out there, God bless. I want to go next to Lynette from Modesto. I'm mispronouncing your name. We talk about the recall being nationwide, but you're from Modesto, but saw signs back east. Tell Kent about it.
Yes.
Lynette, how are you?
I'm great. I just went on a trip to the Midwest, and when we actually went to Cody, when we got to Cody, Wyoming, there was a big sign, huge. It said, "Don't California our Cody." I took a picture of it. I could not believe it. I'm a third generation Californian. All four of my grandparents were born and raised, farmed, worked here. And this is what our state is. The rest of the country is. I'm just thank you guys. And I've done what I can to make this recall happen. Thank you.
We thank you very, very much. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything everybody does. I want to go next to Chantal from Merced. We're going to get to all these callers. Chantal, I know you're in the polling business. I asked you to call in tonight, but you know as well as I do. Tell us about the polling business. I want to thank you for some of the polls you've helped us with. But do you really believe all the polls you're hearing right now?
Mike, I got to say, it's really disappointing to see how lying with statistics is just a continuous thing that we seem to see all over the news and in the papers. And, it's misleading because it's out of context. And I think people really need to understand better what questions are being asked to really understand if the public's opinion is being captured properly.
Yeah, and I want to say, too, we can't see everything on the air here tonight, I want to thank you for all the help you've given us And the reason we had hooked up with Chantel, because she's kind of part of a new generation, I'm going to call the pollsters. Everybody knows out there that we use modern marketing techniques to get to the people of California for not a lot of money. And Chantel, I got to tell you, I was laughing at some of the polls because you taught me to read intricate details and say, well, we called all these people on their landlines. We made sure to put dimes in our phone, have 15-minute conversation with them, and made sure, this is literally in the poll, one of the polls I read that the LA Times sponsored, made sure to call back the right segment at least 3 times.
Mike, let me ask Chantel a question. Chantel, you said something interesting. It depends largely on the kind of questions that are asked, right?
Exactly.
So you can, I'm assuming that the places like the Socialist Rag, the Los Angeles Times, can skew a poll completely based on the type of questions they have written and decided to ask the voters. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, so I would say there's a lot of words that are chosen in the context of like a questionnaire where they're trying to actually get a certain type of answer, a certain type of response.
So can you actually really set out as a pollster to come up with the numbers at the end of the day of the poll that you had started out saying, this is the way I want the poll essentially to read? Can you basically do that?
Well, our goal, at least for now, like we want to just find the truth. And I think that a lot of that comes in reorganizing the way polling is actually executed.
Well, I know you want to tell the truth, but I'm wondering about something like the LA Times, which is now throwing around its polls. And it seems to me like they can manipulate the final results before they even start the poll taking process. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I think it's a little bit troublesome because people deserve to know really what the public thinks. And I think that there's a lot of problems in misconstruing it because, first of all, it's unfair to the citizens of California who, you know, we're trying to serve or who our governor should be serving. So just posting misleading information or asking questions or anticipating something without actually doing it properly isn't going to be good for anybody. And it's certainly not good for the state of California.
Chantel, and I got one quick question for you too, before we got to keep rolling here. When you went to poll school, and you and I have talked about this before, in a poll class at Poll College, there's a reason 1,000 people, and I've read up a little bit, you know, I'm a little bit of math obsessed. I've always understood that you approach 1,000 to kind of get that minimum margin of error. Is that fairly true, or am I just going senile in my old age? A little bit of both.
So a lot of it depends on, you know, what you're talking about is like a sample size from an end value, so of the population, and you want to get a representative sample. And really what you were touching on earlier about the landline issue is part of why it's difficult to actually get that accurate sample size of like 1,000 people, because people don't really operate, or at least not a representative population or sample size, just rely on a landline. Most people have their cell phones or use email. So it's really difficult to actually gauge, like they say that they actually sampled 1,000, but are they actually executing the poll and questioning 1,000 people?
Well, what I'm driving at here, and I'll make this fairly quick because you taught me this, that 1,000 is kind of, we've done much bigger ones than that, is I noticed that the LA Times poll stopped at 749. It's like they got the result they want, which I just found weird for a place, you know, for organizations with that many resources. So I just want to make the point that they seem to stop these polls when they get the resources you want. But again, as I've told everybody out there, and Chantel, God bless you for the friendship and meeting you in this journey and for the help you've given us. I just want to make the point, as I've told the reporters out there, the polls don't matter. We ain't stopping the election. I don't really give a damn. Thank you very much. There's 2 more callers I want to roll to before break here. One, Don, we're going to get to you next from Los Angeles, Bach and Irene, but going to the table up front is one of the most special people I've ever met who drove entire Zone 4. Ellen, it is a pleasure to hear your voice tonight.
Hi, Mike. It's wonderful to be on the radio and talking with you guys. It's such an honor to be where we are right now.
Just tell us, I know you've told us a million times, but for everybody out there in French Laundry Land, tell us exactly, really in a few minutes, I can't tell you what you mean, and we saw this when we were at the event in Bakersfield just a few weeks ago, what you mean to the people of Central Valley, but tell us in your own words what the recall has meant to you.
Well, the recall has been all about empowering us as people. I just feel like we have suffered under this tyranny of not being able to live by the Constitution. I just feel like this recall is so much greater than all these signatures. It's taking back our rights as citizens. And I just feel like the Central San Joaquin Valley, being that how conservative it is, it's a very red area, very conservative, and we've been overlooked. I'm a farmer's daughter and grew up with water and regulation and tax rules that have just really made our valley suffer. And we really needed to get our voice. And I feel like this recall has given us our voice back. It's helped us to organize. It's helped us to get together and share our common needs to reestablish our state. I think the biggest thing that got me involved was that we've learned to be apathetic, that the Democrats have just kind of told us how to think and feel, and they've been psychologically wearing us down. And I just feel like we needed this big break. And I don't think this is just for California. I think it's setting a precedent for the whole country. So you can hear my passion, because I just feel like, where goes California goes the country. And I feel like we, the people, have finally found our voices. The Lions have awakened. And I think this is going to go way beyond September 14th. I think there's going to be a lot of overturned elections with people who have a lot of tyranny in their small communities. And I'm watching small communities in the Central San Joaquin Valley recall people who are not serving their community. And it's a beautiful thing, Mike.
Ellen, you have said this so amazingly. Listen, the professional political class of both parties, they are freaking out around the country because of what has started here in California with this recall. They're looking at it. They're trying to poo-poo it. They're trying to make it look like it's a big nothing. And they're watching a growing moment in American history. And it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It started here in California. It's going to spread around this country. Okay.
It's a constitutional movement that will not stop.
Exactly.
Ellen, God bless you. Thank you so much. As so many people want to get on the air tonight. Listen, I'm going to roll to one more call. I'm going to go to Roxanne from Riverside County. Then I'm going to go to Irene, Don, and Bianca next as we roll into the show. Roxana, it is such a pleasure to hear your voice. You have been such a driving force in Riverside County.
Hi, how are you?
I'm a lot better now that I'm hearing you. How are you doing? Tell us so simplistically. And you've been, I could do a whole show on you and what you've done in Riverside, the most amazing things. But tell us in the 60 seconds before they're going to drive me to break, what the recall has meant to you.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to agree with Ellen from a second ago. It has empowered us. It has given a voice to the citizens of California. We have sat quietly on the fence watching our state be demolished left and right by all the things that they can take away and keep us from gaining. That it's just time. It's time for us as citizens and the residents of California to take a stand firm. I am one person of many in Riverside County that have given blood, sweat, and tears to this effort. And I was quiet for so many years, and I can't be quiet anymore. I love my state. I want my state to be restored. and I will do whatever I can to make that happen.
Roxana, you are an amazing person. I value the friendship, all the conversations we've had, all the time you've been out there with me in that heat beyond belief. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'm going to roll the break. Don and Nettie and Irene and Bianca, you're up next. Anybody else who calls now may not get on the air. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Sit down for a second, take a breath, because it's the last time I'm going to break tonight. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go Friday nights at the French Laundry. This is KABC 790, all over California, all over the country. Recall, Gavin, 2020.com. Speak up and vote.
My killer grandma, why you do what you want, even pardon in-laws. Mr. Mayor, how would you prefer your foie gras? Donated? Sir, we saw you at a party.
It wasn't me.
Eating at the French Laundry.
It wasn't me.
Yeah,
It wasn't me.
it was him.
Yes, it was him.
It was definitely him.
We had his lobbyist friends, and yeah.
Yeah,
And that was part of the French Laundry connection. It was that lobbyist that he met up with. It was that person's birthday.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Crazy, just insane. Just
Yeah. Definitely watch that little mini series that I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
Money,
Yeah,
Power, and the French Laundry.
Money, Power, and the French Laundry. Just amazing, this guy.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you something. Slipped my mind real quick. What was it? Oh, I like what the callers have to say. You know, she really touched on something, you know, what the recall, you know, means to her, you know, and, you know, the empowerment, you know, and that empowerment comes from understanding what our country actually offers us as citizens to protect ourselves from tyranny.
Yeah.
So that recall really, really exemplified that.
Well, I was a co-manager with Ellen Watola for Zone 4.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so it was really,
awesome.
really wonderful to work with Ellen, and I had the opportunity to go up and down from Fresno down to Kern County, and with a rally, and
Nice.
great opportunity to meet some of the folks. Even Flora, when she called in earlier, I could hear
Right.
tears in her eyes.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
such passion behind this.
Right. Yeah, it means so much. It's just, you know, kind of, well, you know, it's been, you know, lurking around for decades, and then it just kind of really, this snake was planning for a while, apparently, and got right on in there. But you know what? Again, you know, the freedom of this country and the will of the people really got a hold of that thing. I like
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh, and definitely. This is
recall
empowering
amazing.
a lot of people as well as the nation.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're back on.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody, to the final segment, The Voice of the People. Listen, we're going to fly through the last 4 calls. I want to bring Don up first. He's been on hold almost the longest here. Don, tell us, you're a Black conservative, and you believe in recalling Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, I saw that guy coming a mile away. I mean, he was involved in some pretty nasty scandals. And so was Kamala Harris. It's like the people in my family, I mean, we're conservatives all the way back. And I can't even, we've lived in this neighborhood over here in West Adams, Jefferson Park, since before World War II.
And Don, what do you think about the way the mainstream media and Newsom and the whole package is what they're doing to Larry Elder right now, trying to destroy his character?
I knew they were going to do that.
And why do you say that?
Because that's how they do. You remember when Obama seemed like he was in Los Angeles like every month? I've never seen a president come to LA that much.
Mm-hmm.
I always believed he was doing media strategy. And you notice the last presidential election, the media was like in control more than I've ever seen in my life. I mean, every single TV show.
Listen,
every single talk show.
One thing that
everything was anti whoever he was running against.
One thing that's so sickening is to see what the media does to conservative Black people. They come out and same with these far left Democrats, the most racist people on earth, and they tell you that's not the way you're supposed to speak. That's not the way you're supposed to think. That's not the way you're supposed to act. And
logical.
yeah, and they keep doing that. And oh, by the way, during this show, I've seen Obama doing a commercial for Gavin Newsom at least 4 times. It's sickening.
I've seen it.
Yep.
And I guess they had to get him up there.
Yep.
Don, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We're coming near the end here. I'm going to roll through this. God bless you. Nettie, I'm glad to hear from you tonight. We've got about 30 seconds. You've been a trooper. You've been coming over to my house to pick up materials for Orange County. Say hi to the restaurant here.
Hey, restaurant. So glad you're on the air. I so appreciate everything you guys do and how you brought us all together. I wanted to share some good news. We've been doing overpass rallies, and I don't care what the news says. Every honk and beep and holler all tells me that people are more aware of who Gavin Newsom is and how he's torn down our state than what the media portrays. And even a far left Democrat, he couldn't be any more opposite than what we value. We could agree on one thing, that he wanted Newsom out. Even though it was a bit of a tenuous conversation, we could agree on that. So I wanted to pass that out as an encouragement to people to tune out what the media says. If you guys really want to hear the truth, you guys got to go out to the street and hear it for yourself and band together with other like-minded people. So thank you again, guys. Really
Thank you, Nettie. Listen, I hope you and Stella and some of the Orange County gang find a way to get up Angela Marston's Pineapple Hill Grill and Saloon. We're going to be there 4 to 9 at least. God bless. I hope
Pineapple Hill. Pineapple Hill.
Pineapple Hill Grill and Saloon.
Okay.
I got it right. We're going to be putting out a press release on it. I'm going to roll real quickly. Bianca, you got only about a minute here. Tell me, say hi to the crowd.
Hey guys.
Hey, Bianca.
Nice to see you. Hi, Eric. So this, I'm sorry, this message is mostly for Democrats because I want to reach out to them. And this is Bianca Von Krieg. I am running against Nancy Pelosi. I don't agree with some of the things that are said in this program, but I do agree with this campaign. Chad, the farmer's daughter, the city by the bay has not forgotten you. The nerve center of the West is looking out for you. We will do right by you.
Bianca, bless you. I'm sorry to cut you off. I got one more thing to go over. We're at the end. Please, I want to give you a segment next week. Irene, you're a precinct worker at a church. You're going to be the last caller of the night that we're going to have a chance to take. Again, the polls are open, right?
It's till 7 p.m. But on election day, it is 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. But it's 10 to 7 every day. It's for full 11 days, and but it'll be all day, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on election day. And please, you could drop off the ballot. You put it right in that box, and that could be in person, of course. And then also you could vote with the machines, and all the ballots. I mean, I get to count them except Wednesday. I had that day off. But but you see the person's name, and you see, yes or no, of course. And one of the ballots, it was the ink was not that. It was very light, and the part of the Y did not show, the bottom part of it. And but the lead, because we have leads, we're poll workers, and the lead told me to put those ones on top. So there are 2 that were like that, and but all of the ballots every day were for Larry Elder, except maybe one for Cox, one for the mayor in San Diego, and then there's some Kevin's.
But Irene, I run out of time here. We're seeing a lot of yeses, right?
Oh yes,
okay.
Yes. Only 1 no, 2 no's on one day. So it's all good. And please keep this up as a souvenir. The voter guide, the proponent recall argument. I read this. I said, this is beautiful. This is why you do. I mean,
Bless
you. Yes, on the recall, and it was. And I wanted
that's
you to read
Oren's
it.
handiwork.
The name. Yes.
Okay. Thanks,
Irene.
Irene. We're almost out of time.
Listen, we're rolling to the end. I normally give these gentlemen time, but literally, I want to say to everybody out there, this journey is not coming to an end, but I'm going to say this. This journey comes to a dramatic moment in history as we approach Tuesday. And everybody out there, if you're watching the mail-in results and everything that's going on, put it down. You control one thing only, everybody out there, the ability to vote yes, and make sure that others you know get out there and vote. Listen, I feel we're going to win this. I feel we can win this. I want you all to be there with me in Southern California at the Pineapple Hill and Saloon on Tuesday when we do win this. For everybody out there, this is a step in a journey which for me and for all of you out there has been the journey of a lifetime. It is our California. And Gavin Newsom, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. You could spend $50 million. You could spend $100 million. You could spend whatever you want. You will not silence the voice of the people of California.
Mike, Kevin Kiley often says, another great candidate, he says you can throw all the resource you want, but nothing can replace just the citizens of America sitting down at a table with a pen and a piece of paper, signing their names to get back our country. And a few other words I heard tonight from the great callers. Newsom is a soul crusher. And you guys have been giving hope. You've been giving our voice back. It's a new dawn in California. Thank you for everything you guys have done. And thank you for all you great volunteers out there.
And I'm going to go out on this. For everybody out there, hear my words. Friday nights at the French Laundry. Recall Gavin2020.com. The voice of the people echoes throughout California, echoes throughout the country. We will not be silenced. Place your vote. Put your voice up there. Friday nights at the French Laundry continues. We will.
This show is sponsored by the official Recall Committee, California Patriot Coalition. Recall Governor Newsom.
Well, I didn't press the mute button on that one. Talk to the radio show, folks. It wasn't me. Oh yeah, that song's going to stick for a long time.
He's going to say it was you.
No, I'm not the mute Nazi on this one.
I'm really glad Oren's back. He looks good. He's healthy. It's a great thing, right?
Sounding great too.
This is great. So we're down to the countdown for the recall, huh?
Yes, we are. People get out there. I was actually on our town hall meeting. We had Assemblyman Gallagher on there. The power of 7. Tell 7 people to get out there and vote. Vote yes to recall Gavin.
Yeah, I drive around with 4 those, like I said earlier, the 4 car magnets. I need, on the car, both sides, right? And I got a lot of thumbs up. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
No,
that's always a plus.
Yeah, the ones that don't say anything, you just can't tell. Some people just kind of say themselves, but definitely I don't get anything disparaging from anyone. So that's kind of thing. Yeah.
I would definitely get a lot more thumbs up and waves and friendly manners than any other.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Even we even have a community homeless guy around here. Every time he sees me drive by, he's like, yes.
That's great.
I love it. It's awesome. Definitely. Yeah.
All right. So we got to wrap this up really quick here. So any last words here?
Patriots for Freedom, pffpac.com. Come check me out. And again, we're looking for candidates. We need American Patriots running all across the state. We got like 1,500 openings. Let's get this done. Also, I encourage you to donate so we can help fund these candidates. We also want to step in if anybody, something happens such as it did in January 6th that didn't pertain to Americans. We want to make sure we have legal representation for people. I think certain sectors fell short of that, and we really need to protect our Americans. They're protecting us. We need to protect them.
Very well said. All right, folks.
Thank you.
RecallGavin2020.com.
Let's do it.
Vote yes. Recall Gavin.
Yes. Peace out, guys.
Peace out. Have a good night, everyone.